really hope that this story can help. All right, Michael Gibson, thank you so much for that. From the courts now, justice, you can say, has been served for the victim who died at the hands of her own son. 18-year-old Kevin Davis will spend the rest of his life in prison for the brutal attack that claimed the life of Kimberly Hill. Rudy Trevino has been covering the case for us and has the story. This has just been a very just awful. You can't even describe how horrible this has been to hear.
I can tell you that in all the years that I've been covering court cases, I can truly say that this one was one of the toughest to cover. But this was a very difficult case for everyone involved, from the CCPD crime investigators to prosecutors. All said this was a horrific crime, among the worst they've ever seen. But it was no more painful than to the man whose daughter's life was so brutally taken.
It's just a sad situation. It's all uncalled for. I mean, he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. And I'm sorry. You just don't take your mother's life.
Tearful words from the father of murder victim Kimberly Hill. It was back in March when 18-year-old Kevin Davis beat his mother to death with a hammer and then sexually abused her. Davis's sister, Desiree Hill, told jurors that she was close with her mom, describing Kimberly as a good woman.
She was the best mother that you could ask for. She worked 2 jobs.
Today, it took a jury less than an hour to decide that Davis should spend the rest of his life in prison. Kimberly Gonzalez, the lead prosecutor, told 3 News this case will be remembered as one of the most gruesome murder trials.
The crime scene was like something out of a movie. The things that Kevin Davis confessed to doing to his mother and the ways that he hurt her were things that you don't normally see every day. And it was really difficult to present evidence to a jury in a way that allowed them to understand what he did to this woman, but still respect the fact that they're normal, everyday people who don't see the things that we see as prosecutors day in and day out.
And just before the trial started in Judge Jose Longoria's 214th District Court, Davis pleaded guilty to the charge of murder. The sentencing phase of the trial was presented by prosecutors over 2.5 days of testimony, much detailing the gruesome nature of this murder. Now, again, we need to say that it took jurors only less than an hour to decide Kevin Davis should be sentenced to life in prison. Horrific case.
Yesterday, in that videotape that police showed of him saying the confession, he said that he was just bored with life. And that was one of the reasons that he did what he did. And he never has shown any emotion. Yeah.
The emotions that he showed were sometimes snickering, sometimes smiling at jurors and those who were testifying. Didn't show any type of remorse at all.
Incredible. All right, Rudy, thank you for that.